Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. Today I'm going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install these Konig XD16 assisted tensioning tire chains on our 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 with tire size 275/65 R20. It's important to plug your vehicle information, including your tire size, into our fit guide to find the right pair for you, because these will fit a variety of different tire sizes, but you want to make sure that they'll fit yours. And since there's different tire size options for the Silverado, you want to plug yours in and make sure you're looking for the right pair for you. Let's check them out. So first things first, this is going to be an assisted tension tire chain. Now what that means is it's not a full self-tensioning tire chain. It's not going to automatically be applying that pressure at all times, but the tensioning device will be built right into the chain. We can pull it tight after we install it, and it does have this section of rubber here that will be applying some pressure. Now, if that tension is removed, if it loosens up too much, maybe we just didn't install it tight enough from the start, then we will need to come out and tighten it ourselves. But once you get these installed, they're going to do a really great job at staying tight on the tire. And because it's built in, we don't have to pick up any sort of rubber tensioner separately and worry about forgetting about it. This is a diamond pattern chain, and you can see that right here in this section on the tire where the chains come together to form these diamond shapes. That's going to do a couple things. It's going to give us more contact on the tire and on the ground, resulting in a smoother ride quality, but also going to help give us more traction on turns. Compared to a traditional ladder pattern style where you just have sections of chain running perpendicular across the tire and parallel to each other, it's going to be a lot smoother. Those tend to be a bit of a bumpier ride quality, but will give you better traction on starts and stops. As for the individual links, these are going to be square-shaped links, which means that it is a bit more high profile, maybe a bit of a bumpier ride quality compared to something like a coated cable or a twisted link, but it will have hard, square edges on the links, which helps for ice. It's going to help break that ice up and give you more traction in those situations. As for the construction, it is going to be a manganese nickel alloy steel, which is going to give you the most protection against rust and corrosion over time, compared to a low carbon steel option. A lot of kind of cheaper chains are made of a low carbon steel, which is more susceptible to the elements over time. And with these, I don't think you'll ever have to worry about them lasting. They should be just fine during multiple seasons, which is good. You want them to last. And the other thing with this is all of the chains and pieces that come across the wheel and in front of the rims, they do have a vinyl coating on there to help protect against scratches and keep it less cold to the touch whenever you're putting them on. These do come with a soft nylon carrying case. They're pretty easy to get in here, but they just all kind of sit in here together, so you might find that the pair gets tangled up whenever they are in storage. Personally, I like the chain carrying case for the Titan chain option a little bit better, and I do think the Titan chain alternative to this is a little bit better. Both of them have that same assisted tensioning design. The installation process is very straightforward for both of them. They share a lot of similarities. But I do think that the Titan chain option had just slightly larger links, so it's going to give you a little bit better grip on more aggressive weather. And the assisted tensioning mechanism on there was just a little bit nicer. This one I think does just fine, but there's just more pieces and a bit more to follow. So if you want to see how these ones were installed, follow along and we can show you that process now. When installing the tire chains, you want to lay them out first and make sure that nothing's tangled up. We advise doing these in your driveway for the first time just to get a feel for it. And when you've identified that nothing's tangled up, you can also check for some orientation. The first thing is in the middle of the chain, there's going to be this gap between the two sections. That's where the base of our tire will sit. We want this coated cable, the blue part, to be in the back, right behind the tire. And then we're going to have these cross links that join up with the cable. One side will be more hooked, and the other side will be more smooth. We want the smooth side actually facing up, so I need to flip our tire chain right now, because we want that to be making contact with the tire once everything is installed. So I'll just do a quick flip of this, and when you've got everything properly laid out, you can feed one end behind the tire. I prefer to do the end without the assisted tensioning arm because there's less to get tangled. And that's also going to be the end with the bit of yellow on the cable. So take that, start feeding it behind the tire, out to the other side, and once everything's on the other side, you can grab it, pull it to the front, and make sure that nothing got tangled along the way, and if it did, just pull it untangled, like so. When everything is pulled to the front, grab your cable. One end will have these studs, and the other end, closer to me here, will have this catch plate, and the two ends will just join together, but we're going to do that up inside the wheel well. So take those two ends together, bring it up in. I'll bring it out front so it's easier to see. They just click together like that, and it'll drop behind the tire. Don't let go of everything yet. Try to take this opportunity to make your other top connection, which is a red link and a red hook. Once those are connected, nothing's going to fall down. You can center it up on the tire. Kind of take your time to make sure it's all looking correct. Using these cross sections here to mark your center on the tire. And when you're happy with how it's fitting, go on to the bottom, where we have our assisted tensioning arm and the ratcheting mechanism. Feed this through the ratcheting mechanism and pull it tight. And as we're doing this, these springs will expand. We'll get some clicks out of it. And you can feed it through these red clips on the side if you need to. But honestly, I don't think we need to for our application. Things are looking, well, we might need to feed it through here. Usually you'll feed it through one of these and directly across the tire, but based on how these are fitting, we might just need to feed it more up like this. Basically, you just want to feed it across somewhere to take out any of the extra slack. And at this point, I would install the other side, drive forward a few times, come out and check on them, and see if things have settled in. As you start to drive, things might shift and loosen up, and if they do loosen, then just pull this tighter. Then you're ready to hit the road. And that'll do it for our look at and installation of the Konig XD16 assisted tensioning snow tire chains on our 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 2500. Thanks for watching.